Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They do mean the world to me, so thank you very much. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs. It is a broad spectrum collective reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if you fit in your life, if at all. Take what you need and leave the rest, right? If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It may not be your reading. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. You're not on your path. It's originally created for Wednesday, the 28th of June, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, if it shows up in your YouTube algorithm or wherever on a different date or a different year or whatever, and you listen to the message and it still makes sense, by all means utilize it if it resonates with your current situation that you're in. I do believe readings can be timeless and can find us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for, so keep that in mind. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath the video on YouTube to see sort of my house rules. I want you to know about the channel, what decks I'm using, if you're interested in knowing that during the reading. Also, how to contact me via social media if you're interested in a private reading. I have two places where you can contact me, either at my Facebook business page or my Instagram page. You can reach out and follow me there, or reach out to me and DM me if you're interested in a personal reading. Do be aware that I will never reach out to you to sell you a personal reading. So if that ever were to happen, I've had that happen to me where people have reached out to me and pretending to be people that I follow. And so I'm not that popular yet, so I don't know that that's a big enough worry for my viewers, but since I got fooled once, I'm kind of cautious about warning others just in case. So if anybody ever were to approach you and say it were me, it's not. You have to approach me and contact me at those two sources. All right. So let's get into these cards. I think that's it. Oh, I will, for those of you that are new too, if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in the reading, I'm usually referring back to the Sunday underpinning reading, which is the Sunday reading for the week, which is like the base layer, the layer of energy over the week that is kind of the base layer that's underneath what we're looking at each day, okay? So, and that video populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video if you want to reference that. That just gives you further insight as to what I might be talking about that you're not seeing on the screen. All right, so let's see what the cards have to say today. What does Spirit want us to know today? Oh, hey, Three of Swords. This is an interesting little Three of Swords. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Oh, actually, this is probably the sweetest Three of Swords I've ever seen, because normally I don't like the Three of Swords. And this is a swordsy friggin' week, I've just got to say. It's like swords, swords, and more swords. We are in the sign of Gemini. The moon is in the sign of Libra, so that would explain all of this swordsy energy, our thoughts, our communications. Oh, guys. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak, and this is kind of sad. These three little, like, sad little left behind umbrellas, right? It is sort of sweet, though. It's not as violent to me as the heart with the three swords in it, which to me, I always kind of focus more on the heart aspect of it. You know, yes, there's pain with the Three of Swords. Yes, there's sadness, hurt. But there's always still that big, beautiful heart at the center, meaning that we can sort of learn from those lessons or still continue on. With this here, it's a little bit miserable. It's a little bit kind of like, oh, these poor little umbrellas have been left behind, and they are shielding each other from the rain. And then, I mean, that's one positive aspect of this. But and I think that there's a truth to this, right? In the sense that what we've been seeing throughout this week, as far as the cards are concerned, have been a lot of maybe mental worry and stress. And yesterday's reading, which just aired, was the Queen of Swords, right? And I said that she was getting some clarity around the Sunday underpinning card of the Nine of Swords, which moves from there into the Sun card midweek, which this is our Wednesday reading. So this would be our midweek. And it's interesting that we're seeing these three umbrellas underpinned by our Wednesday card, which is the Sun. I think that the truth is emanating through the sadness of this Three of Swords, right? There's something that we either need to let go of or say goodbye to or come to terms with around how we feel, how we think about it, what it did to us, how it hurt us, and understand that we're not, done yet, right? That's the Sun's influence underneath this. But I really think that this is like I get this sense that there's a completion here. Um, Maybe I sound a little crazy, guys, but I feel like this is like sort of and I'm hoping this is the case for any of you that are relating to what I'm saying, right? But this is like the final goodbye, or this is like the end. This is like these umbrellas have been left behind in the rain. They've served their purpose. They're no longer useful in a way. Like one's even bent and broken. Like it's just what maybe once shielded us or protected us or got us through can no longer. And the truth of that is coming out through all of these swords. The worry, the fear, the maybe trying to avoid it throughout the week, seeing the Nine of Swords in the early part of the week. Maybe now we're finally coming to terms with the reality of that, and that's okay. Threes to me are about the mind, body, and spirit and in alignment, right? I always kind of look at it from that perspective, the number three. So I like that too. Here, this might be, our mind's last ditch effort to try and attempt to hold on. But wait, why did this not work? But wait, that Queen of Swords from yesterday is saying no. Logically, F them in a way. That's kind of the Queen of Swords attitude. She's going to think with logic rather than emotion. There may be some emotion around these thoughts. That's the puddle that these umbrellas are sitting in, right? There may be some final tears to be cried or some sadness to be felt during all of this, but after the storm comes the sun, right? And the sun underpins this. And to me, that is like a rebirth, a new dawn, energy, life-giving, positivity, and a breath of fresh air. And I think that that's what some of us may need right now, just feeling what I'm seeing in the cards, also what I'm personally going through, which I try and separate myself from these readings, but they are feeling a little bit, as I'm reading them to you guys and what I'm seeing, I am definitely able to apply them to specific things that are going on in my personal life too. So I'm just going to say that I'm hopeful in my own personal space that, okay, maybe this is truly getting ready to come to an end. So for those of you that may have been struggling mentally or challenged by your thoughts, fears, worries, this could be us finally facing it down and really looking at it, boiling it down to the true heartbreak or the letdown or the loss that exists there. And maybe coming to terms with that in such a way that we're able to actually leave it behind, right? And let it go and move forward. That would be the sun's influence. Let's go to, and we'll see, how the cards turn out tomorrow. They may indicate more of this storyline or they may go in a different direction. We'll see, but let's see what the modern Nirvana Oracle has. Jesus Christ. Y'all heard me shuffle the decks. These chicks are back out. Okay, so, and I mentioned them yesterday because they were in yesterday's reading and we saw them, I want to say like twice last week in the readings. The Spooky Sisters are here. Shamil, Shemail, Haas and Pepper Incorporated. Like, all right, girls, we get it. Partnership. Like, are we being good to ourselves during this time? I'm trying. Get off my back. Jesus, ladies. All right, hold on. Let me have a sip of coffee. This is too early for them to show up. For my viewers that watch all the time, these are the medicine bag of this month. This card, it feels like to me. All right, so this is the card of partnership. And as I've said yesterday, this is like, I feel like the duality of light and dark, good and bad, off and on, black and white, positive, negative. That's what these two sisters to me represent. One is the void, one is taking action, one is, nothingness, and the other is, vibrancy, or so to speak. I don't know why, but they sort of give me that vibes. One is life, one is death, one is the sun, one is the moon, kind of thing, right? But they're in partnership, they're working together, they're following that sort of same moon that's behind them, right? That intuition that we see behind them. Um, they're here to assist us, they're here to partner with us. I really do feel like this is a question of, before I read the card to you, I feel like they're showing back up to remind us not only to partner to ourselves during this time, which is going to be part of the reading, but also where can we partner in better ways to maybe finish out this storm, so to speak, or this rough patch that some of you might be in. I don't, I think that this is the final bit of roughness if you are still feeling rough. I do want to say that, but let me read partnership to you. All right. So, love conquers all. Let us too surrender to love. Virgil. To be in partnership is to be in union, but it requires clear communication and patience. Partnerships can exist in a multitude of ways. Are you being the best partner to yourself right now? For me personally, I'm working on that one big time. So I love that question. To your family, to your business acquaintances. This card is asking you to meditate on what kind of responsibility you are taking in regards to how you are showing up as a partner. You are being led to reflect on partnership because there might be something that you are seeking an answer for that requires more commitment. Be committed to being a better partner to yourself and to those around you, and watch your relationships blossom. Mantra: I commit to honesty, humility, and being the best partner I can be. So, again, I'm going to say this because I said it yesterday. For me personally, in my life, my focus right now is my partnership to myself because of the struggles that I'm facing, right? It's just stuff that's going on in my world. But for you, your partnerships may be found elsewhere, right? I'll speak just from personal experience, speaking to my boss yesterday about some of the personal struggles I'm going through, some of the anxieties, the lack of sleep, things like that, really helped to alleviate some of the pressure that I feel around my work situation right now, because I'm not operating at my highest and my best, and I know that, and it worries me, which almost produces more anxiety, right? But being honest about that in partnership with my leadership, so to speak, at work, really helped me to feel like I had a bit of a safer space to just relax and sort of be where I needed to be, if that makes sense. And so finding this partnership is going to be key, I think, obviously, because these ladies just want to hang out with us and they're showing up 2 days in a row. Where can you best partner with yourself right now during this time as you go through maybe this last bit of stormy thoughts, feelings, emotions? Let's get to the clarifier. Sorry, I feel like I'm maybe rambling a little bit. Two of Cups. Wow, okay. Five of Swords. Page of Wands. Yesterday we had the Page of Pentacles. Excuse my language. The partnership card and the Two of Cups. I think that there's a couple of different meanings here. The Two of Cups is obviously, it's probably one of the most romantic cards of the deck, but I oftentimes can associate it with our relationship to the self, and I think that that may be more of the meaning here. But for some of you that may be watching this at a different point in time, there could also be a question here about a relationship and some hardship around that relationship, especially with that Three of Swords there. Sorry, the Three of Swords, and then we also have the Five of Swords and the clarifiers. And the Five of Swords are about like kind of being at a stalemate. Somebody will be the winner, obviously, and they are transitional. They're moving to a state of winning, but was the win worth it? It's kind of like the lonely at the top card. Like, was getting your point across worth driving it home in that way, whether it was you or the other party? That's kind of the sense that I always get, you know. Sometimes you may struggle to get your thought, your communication across, or someone may force to get it across to you to make you understand, and in doing so they um, unintentionally or, you know, intentionally alienate you in some sort of way to where it's like they don't care anymore, and they're sort of walking away from the knife fight, you know, so to speak. They're like, okay, keep the swords, we're good, you know. um, the Page of Wands, though, indicates new desire. And in this position, we had the Knight of Wands yesterday, right? So there is this sort of new burgeoning spiritual desire or awakening that's happening, some action that can be taken in new ways. And yesterday we saw the Page of Pentacles. So there's page energy around us right now that says that there is new beginnings taking place. And I think that we need to seek them. I also think that the Two of Cups can be a burgeoning new beginning within ourselves, the relationship to ourselves, or within relationships to those around us that aren't necessarily romantic per se, but just in people that we can partner with and trust that bring about healing and good things, right? So those can be business relationships, co-workers, things like that. Uh, the Five of Swords to me says that there's still a little bit of like riffraff to work through here. Like, when did we see it? We didn't have the Five of Wands yet. We had the Five of Wands on Monday. It kind of feels like, again, similar to the Five of Wands energy, where it's kind of like, make sure how and what we choose to say and when we choose to say it, and is it really needed? Would be the best advice with that Five of Swords in the center there. Listen to what others are saying too, right? Um, you know, I'm not so sure if the Five of Swords is us pushing our point or someone pushing their point upon us. Um, and that's the part where there's that aspect of dejection that comes with the Five of Swords. I get a feeling it may be us being dejected because of that Three of Swords as the lead card, right? Like, maybe we're the one walking away from the knife fight to something new, right? And that's the Page of Wands influence there, the excitement of a new chapter, a new door, a new dawn. And looking at our partnerships or who we partner with and seeking out more healthy, stronger friendships, relationships, whatever, that bring us happiness and joy rather than heartache and sadness. Let's just go to the garnish now. I've gone really long this morning. Sorry, guys. I'm still not sleeping no matter what. Oh, great. Here's the grounding stone. It is love. So grounding in love today, I think, is a good idea. Obviously, with the Two of Cups, they're in partnership for sure. And even the Page of Wands could be new desire, new love, new opportunity. And the Sun is underpinning all of this, right? So, and I will say this, that grounding in love throughout this, remember the grounding stone for the week is that idea of keeping the vision, right? Grounding in love helps us to be a better partner to ourselves or to those around us. It also helps us to work through any last thoughts or emotions we may have around situations that didn't quite go our way. Um, and it eases some of that pain and allows us to move forward in love, which is probably one of the most powerful emotions of all, right? So when you're in love or joy, you know, happiness, all of that sort of stuff, it really is a wonderful place and feeling to be in, and not a lot can stick to that as far as negativity goes. Um, I hope that makes sense, you guys. Sorry I went really long this morning, but just, you know, Stay grounded in love, take care of yourself, be a good partner to yourself and those around you, and we will get through this. Please like the video, share it out, leave me a question or comment, and subscribe, hitting that notification bell. I do put up daily videos. Welcome to the new subscribers. I have seen you guys coming in, and thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and take care. All right, you guys, be in love.